The views and opinions expressed here are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything. This podcast may contain adult language. Audience members' discretion is advised. Hello, welcome everyone. This is the Progressive Vibe with your host Dottie here. Today is January 17th, 2021. This is Season 3, Episode 2 of the podcast, and the title is Red Republicans Plan to Introduce Against Biden. Hope everyone is doing good out there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sharing my podcast. I really, really do appreciate it. Guys, it's nothing but love. I wanted to bring you guys details on this article that I found was interesting, and it's by The Hill, and it's read, Marjorie Taylor Greene says she will introduce impeachment articles against Biden. And the article's by Celine Castro Nuvio. Excuse me if I botched your name, Celine. I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit, guys. Share that with you. We're going to do the vent forum, read Twitter posts, and we're going to have one more thing I want to discuss with you guys. I'm going to leave that until towards the end of the show. We're going to get right on into it here. And guys, so welcome. I hope everyone's again been doing as well as you can be in these trying times. I hope everybody's families and friends and loved ones have been healthy and has been doing okay. I hope everybody's been staying safe out there. It's still a pandemic that's going on. And it still is the death counts are still pretty bad and terrible. But hopefully we'll see some positive change here in the upcoming months, hopefully. Guys, I wanted to go ahead and get into this article. And again, the article reads, Marjorie Taylor Greene says she will introduce impeachment articles against Biden, which I kind of find hilarious. I'm going to go ahead and read this. It says, newly elected Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican out of Georgia, on Wednesday says she plans on filing articles of impeachment against President-elect Joe Biden on his first full day in office next week. And it goes on to say, during an appearance on Newsmax, you guys didn't know what Newsmax is. It's like a more, how can I say this? It's like a more conspiratorial platform. It's I checked it out, and I try to digest other proclaimed news media networks online and on cable. just to have a variety. They always say it's good to go outside your social bubble and consume other news that you maybe not agree with. And so I try to do that to a certain extent. But yeah, Newsmax is definitely more insane than than Fox News. And you have some pundits that come on, and some hosts on Fox News. They sometimes make understandable points. I'm not even gonna say good. I'm gonna say understandable points. Stuff that you'd be like, okay, well, I understand that. I don't pretty much agree with it, but I mean, I understand where you're coming from. Newsmax is just like straight up, conspiracy theories to the max. And again, I mean, it's fitting. I mean, it's Newsmax. I don't know about the news part, but the max, I definitely have to agree with, because it's maybe they should turn it. Maybe they should start calling it Conspiracy Max. Because that's pretty much what all it consists of. But anyway, I'm going to continue reading on here. It says, during an appearance on Newsmax Wednesday evening, Green, a vocal supporter of President Trump, said that she is planning on introducing a measure to impeach Biden on January 21st, one day after his inauguration. It says, quote, she says, quote, I would like to announce on behalf of the American people, we have to make sure our leaders are held accountable. We cannot have a president of the United States who is willing to abuse the power of the office of the presidency and be easily bought off by foreign governments, foreign Chinese energy companies, Ukraine energy companies. So on January 21st, I will be filing articles of impeachment on Joe Biden, end quote. And this is what Representative Green told Newsmax's Greg Kelly. So to further elaborate on what she's saying, she wants to pretty much keep this whole Trump support thing going. I mean, she wants to have, she's catering to a specific audience, as we see. I mean, she's on Newsmax. And so we know who she's trying to cater her speech around, and that's the MAGA supporters. The whole Ukraine and Chinese energy companies that she's talking about that apparently bought off Biden and stuff like that, all that stuff's been debunked, guys. They tried to use it pre-election with Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I mean, bringing Joe Biden's son into it and saying that, only reason he got that position is because his dad was, vice president of the United States and so forth and so forth. I mean, which is true, because, who don't know that, which that doesn't make it right, obviously. I mean, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And there's a lot of people in positions of power. The only reason that they hold these positions of power is because they know someone in a bigger position that holds that power, or whatever whatever it is that they're working for. I mean, it's a lot of people that has family or knows friends of family that work in these type of positions that hire them on, and yes, they make tons of money, and they don't have to know anything about that specific thing that they're doing. And so again, it's a valid point, but it's already been debunked. It was no kind of nobody got bought off, so and it's kind of hypocritical for the Republican Party to even bring up, well, so and so's son or daughter got this position and they didn't even know what they were doing, and they got all this money, and they shouldn't have had that position in the first place. That's pretty much what it all boils down to. And I mean, look no further than the Trump administration, guys. It's like the stuff that they be accusing the other side for, their side has already done this times 10. So I don't, it makes my head hurt because nothing that she's saying right now holds water. And I think she knows it doesn't hold water. She just, again, it's a section of her party that believes this nonsense. And no matter what kind of facts are presented to debunk the lies, they're going to still believe it. And thus, I mean, that's why, to me, she's in the position that she's in her district, within her state. But she talked about abusing power. Again, I mean, it's just so hypocritical. I mean, I'm not even going to bring up everything that Trump has done that's been unlawful and that has broke the rules, and abusing his power. But I mean, again, it just goes to show you, I mean, these people turn a naked eye to the stuff that's within their own party. And that goes for the Democrats and the Republicans. Now, to me, the Republicans go way beyond what the Democrats do when it comes to ignoring unlawfulness or unpatriotic. I'm going to use a word that the Republicans like to use a lot, and that's patriotic and unpatriotic, un-American and American. It's very un-American to use your power to incite violence, and meaning Donald Trump. It's very un-American to say that there was fraud that took place in the election, and all your court cases got thrown out because there were no reports or indications of fraud. So, to me, that is abusing power, inciting a insurrection. That's abuse of power. But, I mean, you think she's going to miss Green? You think she's going to say anything about that? No, because she ran on being a full-fledged Trump supporter in the state of Georgia. And again, she got elected. She won. So, I mean, it's just seeming like it's so predictable that she's going to try to bring up articles of impeachment day one after Biden's inauguration. It's pretty much just like pretty much telling of like who Miss Green is as a representative. And I mean, it's just excuse me, it's just ridiculous. So I'm gonna keep on reading this. It said that Green did not specify what the articles might charge Biden with. And that's what I was saying pretty much. Like, you're going to impeach Biden off of conspiracy theories. That's pretty much all it is. Like, what are you going, like, what is it specifically that you're going to impeach President-elect Biden for? I'll wait on it. So she has a post on Twitter that read, on January 21st, I'm filing articles of impeachment on President-elect Joe Biden. 75 million Americans are fed up with inaction. It's time to take a stand. I'm proud to be the voice of the Republican voters who have been ignored. Hashtag impeach Biden. Hashtag quit pro quo. No, hashtag quit pro Joe. And hashtag Biden crime family. Okay, so, I mean, that was pretty punny. I mean, I got to give her credit with the quit pro Joe, even though there's no quid pro quo. But I mean, it's punny, you know. I'll give her that. But what I won't give her is the satisfaction of having her lie being a replacement for the truth. That's what we ain't gonna have. And she's saying 75 million Americans are fed up with inaction. Well, it seems like 80 million people were fed up with Trump's inaction. So she makes it seem like the people who voted against Joe Biden are the ones who won the election. And they didn't. 80 million people. I don't know if Miss Green can do math. I'm pretty sure she can. I mean, she is an elected member of Congress. I mean, Miss Green's not dumb, but she knows that 80 million people is a bigger number than 75 million people. Thus, resulting in President-elect Joe Biden's victory. He got more votes than Donald Trump, so that means he's the new president-elect, which she mentioned in her Twitter post. So, again, it's just a bunch of conspiracy theories. It's a video posted up. It's a video posted up on Twitter. I think it's attached to her post. So if you guys want to check that out, it's on her Twitter page at MT Green with 2 E's at the end. At MT Green, and that's with 2 E's at the end. So yeah. I'm just reading through the article here, guys. See if anything else that I see that's interesting that I wanted to share with you guys. Okay. So it says in her Newsmax interview Wednesday, which aired hours after the House voted to impeach Trump for a second time, the Green said she plans on filing the articles of impeachment to show Americans that there are Republicans in Congress that are willing to take a stand, willing to stand up and fight for them. And the last quote I'm going to read you guys, she said, quote, "I'm a big believer of having people in office who are actually willing to do the job. And I can't imagine people in this country being so fearful of a future of a Biden presidency that they may be willing to commit violence like they did in the Capitol here in Washington, D.C. We cannot have that. I do not condone that violence," end quote, the Congresswoman said. So she's saying that only reason she's bringing up these articles of impeachment is because we wanted to show the Republicans, the people in my party, we wanted to show that we're willing to stand up and fight for you guys. And literally, that's what they did. They went to the Capitol and they caused destruction. They chanted that they wanted to hang the Vice President, Mike Pence. They wanted to do harm to other Congress people. They broke windows. They set stuff on fire. I mean, they went to the Senate floor. They went to the House floor. You know, going through Congress people's personal belongings, taking pictures. You know, taking stuff that wasn't theirs. I mean, all this stuff, and she's going to try to play both roles. It seems like, and say, well, you know, we cannot have violence, and I do not condone violence, but you're giving an airway to it, though, Ms. Green, because you're saying that the election was stolen from Trump. That's pretty. I mean, you're saying that. So, which is it? It was the election stole, or are you acknowledging that, which you did in your own Twitter post? Are you acknowledging that Joe Biden is the new president? Will become the new president of the United States come Wednesday. Again, I don't think that these Republicans, and again, it's not just Republicans. There are some Democrats that do not understand their own hypocrisy. Like, they'll say it, and then they don't know that they said it, and then it takes people to go over what they said and to let them hear it, and they still don't understand. Like, I can present everything I just said to Representative Green, and she'll still find a way, I feel like, to blame it on the other party. Because, I mean, pretty much in that article I just read to you guys, she was pretty much blaming it on the other side, is what I took from it. And she don't think, even though she acknowledged, she still does not think, because her constituents don't think that she, quote unquote, served. They don't think that Joe Biden won the election. I mean, it's a poll, U.S. Gov poll that I seen that said 56% of Republicans thought that what took place last Wednesday was Joe Biden's fault. 56%. That's the majority of the Republican Party. And so we see that the Congresswoman, Representative Green, we see that she's looking at that number and she's paying attention to that number, and she's feeding in to that side of the base, even though she clearly acknowledged that Joe Biden won the presidency. So, I mean, a lot of these Congress people, they ignore the reality just so they can, I don't know, preserve power. That's the only thing that I can wrap my brain around. But yeah, guys, we're going to take a quick break. That was the end of that article I wanted to share to you guys. What you guys think about it, you can, again, it's an article. It's The Hill, and the title of it is Marjorie Taylor Greene says she will introduce impeachment articles against Biden. So, and you know, it's online, guys, if you wanted to read it and check it out amongst yourselves. And I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think of that. You heard my layout on it. But yeah, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to we're going to have the vent forum, and we're going to read some Twitter posts. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. What's up, guys? We're back here on the Progressive Vibe. This is the vent forum of the podcast, and it's the social media break. I'm going to read some social media posts, people who I follow, some people who follow me back, just some posts that I think are interesting to read. And I'm going to make sure to read their Twitter handle so I can give them the proper credit and love that they deserve. So I'm reading one now from Gravel Institute. At Gravel Institute says all workers deserve a living wage. Right on. I think so too. The state that I'm living in, Alabama, our minimum wage hasn't went up in over 52 years, if I'm not mistaken. It's like $7.25. Georgia, who just recently turned the state blue, one of the messages that they were talking about that to me that helped propel the Democrats to victory in that state, the two senators, which was just talking about just the kitchen table issues, just the stuff that people can understand, and not saying that people can't understand the nooks and crannies of politics and stuff like that, but everybody, majority of folks really ain't trying to get in that deep with it, just being real. But when you talk about stuff that penetrates the mind, if you will, talking about minimum wage, talking about stuff that can directly impact people's lives for the better, impact their families' lives for the better. And I feel like Reverend Warnock and John Ossoff, which were the two Democratic senators who won in the state of Georgia, they were just talking about, hey, look, guys, you got people in office that we running against, that's not even thinking about raising the minimum wage, let alone giving you stimulus relief money. And I hate calling it stimulus relief because it's really not stimulus. It's just, at this point, it's survival. So I'm going to just say relief checks or survival checks because that's what they are. It ain't stimulating nothing now. But, yeah, I mean, I think, like, the state wage down there in Georgia is like $5.25 or something like that. But it's ridiculous. So, great point by Gravel Institute. And by the way, at Gravel Institute, they don't follow me. I follow them. It'll be somebody who I highly recommend you follow. It's a pretty cool and insightful thing that they got going on over there. All it is just like educational videos of spreading like left ideas, left viewpoint ideas. I think they got a YouTube too. But anyway, let's keep scrolling here and see what we got. Somebody who I follow, the man of the hour, Bernie Sanders, he said, in this unprecedented moment, a pandemic, an economic meltdown, right-wing violence, climate change, massive wealth inequality, systematic racism, we must move forward in an unprecedented way. Now is the time to stand up for working families and take on powerful special interests. I mean, that's just, typical Bernie Sanders. You know, he always talking about, you know, the stuff that we need to move the conversation to. I mean, he's been about that life since he's been in Congress, so it doesn't shock me that he's saying this. I 100% agree. You know, the pandemic, it was already, to me, in my eyes, by just being a regular Joe American out here, you know, it was already an economic meltdown in my eyes. But, you know, obviously the pandemic helped fuel that. You know, with the right-wing violence, stuff that we seen take place last Wednesday, I think that should just speak for itself. Although you have people saying that, you know, you know, on right-wing media saying that, you know, hey, like how do we know that they were actually Trump rioters? How do we don't know that they were Antifa rioters? You know, so I mean, you know, so for all we know, it might be Antifa. You know, but anyway, just obviously playing, but. Again, great point by Bernie Sanders. Let's see. Oh, something about the Progressive column. I follow them. They follow me. At the Progressive. Oh, at the Pro Column is the Twitter handle. At the Pro Column. Also great Twitter page. If you want to check them out. They said, Jamie Raskin, I'm not going to lose my son in 2020 and country in 2021. So I did not know that Jamie Raskin lost his son in 2020. Last year. I did not know that. Jamie Raskin is a Democratic senator. I don't know if it's in Connecticut or if it's in Massachusetts. But I did not know that. That's very unfortunate. I'm going to have to save this article and click on it and read more about it, because I didn't know he lost his son in 2020. But yeah, he said, I'm not going to lose my son in 2020 and country in 2021. And last one I'm going to read is by Robert Rich. At RB Rich is a Twitter handle. I keep hearing Biden has to govern from the, quote, center because of razor-thin majorities in Congress. Rubberish. There is no middle ground between lies and facts. There is no halfway point between civil discourse and violence. There is no mid-range between democracy and fascism. And I feel like that's a great point to leave this vent forum. Great point by Robert Rich. Always love his posts. Again, if you want to check more on Robert Rich, his Twitter handle is at RBRich. And that concludes the vent forum. We'll be back with the rest of the show. Stay tuned, guys. What's up, guys? We're back here on The Progressive Vibe. Thank you guys again for tuning in and listening and showing me love. I really do appreciate that. By the way, I meant to tell you guys in the beginning of the show, I got a new mic and I'm kind of feeling myself. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm kind of feeling myself. So, the last mic I had, it was I don't know, it was kind of it was kind of cheap. I ain't even gonna lie to you. This mic I have now is cheap, but it wasn't as cheap as the first one I bought. So, make me feel a little bit better. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I'm cheap. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but you know, especially like in the times we living in anyway, I mean, stuff is high, you know, so I'm all about some sales, baby. I'm all about some buy one, get one. I'm all about some coupons. So, you know, that price looking right to me, you know, I'm gonna probably get it. Now, shoes and clothes and stuff like that, like, I'm a Nike fanatic, so like, you know, it's just so cheap you can be while buying Nike stuff because, you know, Nike stuff kind of, you know, it's kind of expensive. It's kind of expensive. I mean, it has like it's, you know, I got like a Nike membership. So, I mean, I get like, you know, the latest sales and stuff like that, but I be needing them because the way my bank account's set up, I'm going to just leave it at that. So, yeah, guys, anyway, we're going to go back into the show. I'm not going to go in full detail on this, but to me, it's great news, and I got to show love because it's something to do with the state I live in. So, this is details on Business Insider, and it's an article, and it reads, nearly 6,000 Amazon warehouse workers in Alabama will vote next month on forming the first union in the company's history. So that's a huge step. Huge step. Especially by a big company, probably the biggest company, such as Amazon. And so it was saying in this article about 6,000 Amazon workers in Alabama will vote on forming a union, which would be the first, what would be the e-commerce giant's first union in its history, according to a petition filed. So you had a bunch of, you know, Alabama warehouse workers work for Amazon. Was like, nah, I don't like too much. I don't really like what's going on at the company I work for. So they filed a petition, and it looked like it was a success because workers are going to receive. It says workers are going to receive their ballots on February 8th to vote in the mail-in election over the wishes of Amazon, which was pushing for an in-person election. Huh. Sounds kind of familiar, don't it? And again, I'm not trying to equate Amazon and Donald Trump in the same atmosphere, I guess, if you will, but it's kind of similar, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, Donald Trump, pre-election, tried all he could do to not have mail-in voting. You know, he said it was going to be a bunch of fraud that took place and a bunch of this and a bunch of that, and they were going to find empty ballots and stuff inside dumpsters and floating down river streams and, you know, stuff like that. So it's funny how Amazon was pushing for an in-person election. I wonder why. Maybe because workers, if they were going to get their ballots through the mail, I mean, maybe more workers will be inclined to vote um, against Amazon's wishes, which was again calling for a union or for its work to be unionized. So I mean, again, good on the Alabama workers. Um, and it goes on to say Amazon has been staunchly opposed to its workers organizing a union, with the company even hiring detectives with the Pinkerton spy agency to monitor efforts. So Amazon, Jeff Bezos was so opposed to this, they then hired spies to monitor the efforts that took place. All it was a petition. All it was Alabama. All it was the warehouse workers weren't agreeing on measures that were being took place at their company where they worked. I mean, but I mean, apparently Amazon's like, it. I mean, hell, we got all these workers that's petitioning against this. I mean, how are we gonna strike this down? Which they couldn't. I mean, they did it the right way. They went, and got a petition and got signatures, and it went down after that. And I mean, it's kind of humorous that they didn't hire detectives to monitor these efforts, like what they're doing is like unlawful, or what they're doing is like up to no good. No, I think what they're doing is responsible. I think what they're doing is correct. And honestly, it should trickle down through Amazon as a whole. Like, it shouldn't just be Alabama warehouse workers. It should be throughout the whole Amazon company. And it goes on to read, let's see. Again, it says about 6,000 Amazon warehouse workers in Alabama will vote on forming the first union in the e-commerce giant's history, according to a new petition filed with the National Labor Relations Board. The National Labor Relations Board. The petition filed by the retail. I'm going to scroll on down. See what they're saying. Bear with me, folks. Seems like the screen froze a little bit. Oh man. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. I really don't. Hold on one second. Okay, here it goes. I didn't have much more to read after that. I'm just so excited and so happy that my state. I mean, it's kind of telling, a red state like Alabama. You got workers. This was in Bessemer, Alabama, too. This was in Bessemer. You got people who are a part of these large corporations that are willing to petition and unionize, and it's looking like it's going to work out to the benefit of these warehouse workers. Okay, so it says that, again, the petition filed by the retail, wholesale, and department store union is asking to Uh, hold on 1 second. It froze again on me. Okay, here it goes. Is asking to represent the approximately 6,000 employees who work at Amazon's facility in Bessemer, Alabama. Workers, whether they wish to be represented by the union or not, will receive their ballots on February 8th. Voters must return their ballots by March 29th. Ballot counting will be held on a video conferencing platform and will begin on March 30th. And it says eligibility extends to all sorts of positions such as lead fulfillment associate and temporary warehouse associates, but excludes all truck drivers, professional employees, and engineers, as well as others. Anyone who has worked an average of at least 4 hours a week in the past 13 weeks is eligible to vote. And again, it excludes the truck drivers, the professional employees, and the engineers, which I don't understand why. I guess kind of. Because if every associate got the vote, that would mean the whole entire company would have to unionize, and I'm assuming that Jeff Bezos does not want that. But again, the proof is in the pudding, and it tells me something that you have workers out of Bessemer, Alabama, starting to unionize against a large, if not the largest company right now, Amazon. And it's looking like it's going to work. But we're going to see. I mean, their voting's going to take place early this year, and I'm kind of excited to see where it's going to lead to. But yeah, so that's the good news I wanted to share for you guys. After this, we're going to come back to close out the show. Again, the article on that is from Business Insider, and the article reads, nearly 6,000 Amazon warehouse workers in Alabama will vote next month on forming the first union in the company's history. And again, the article is written by Katie Canales. So if you guys want to check that out and read that, that's where to get it at. Stay tuned. After this, we're going to close out the show. I'm going to let you guys know where you can follow me, and I'm going to do some shout outs. And yeah, guys, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. What's up, guys? We're back here to close out the show. Thank you for tuning in today and listening. I hope you guys like what I had to say. And if you didn't, that's okay too. Nothing but love, guys. Shout out to all you guys for tuning in and listening. My shout outs are going to probably be repetitive. It's just going to be the same shout outs, honestly. Shout out to my family and my friends and people who tune in and listen. Thank you guys for sharing. We all in this thing together. It takes not one of us, but all of us to make the world go around. And I hope you guys see that too. Whatever you're doing in life, if it's helping you out, if it's making you happy, hey, do it. People go talk, people go disagree. That's what life is about. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's, everybody's not perfect. I mean, it's just that simple. Ain't nobody perfect. We all bleed the same color at the end of the day. And it's about time that people end up getting their fair share of the cake, no matter what job title you have. And that goes to the people at the bottom, to the mid class, to the top. I mean, we have to search for humanity. We need to get that back because it is a thing, you know. Humanity is a thing, you know. Caring for other people and just because you don't know them is a thing. So I hope that my listeners try and do that. Try to go by that motto. I know I'll try to. And again, it's just nothing but love, guys. You guys can reach me on Twitter. That's usually where I'm at. My Twitter handle is at Dottie, DODI _vibe, VIBE, like the show. You can catch me guys there, or if you want to reach out to me on email, my email is K Dodrick, that's K as in King, my first name Dodrick, DODRICK at yahoo.com. You can reach me on my email there. But yeah, guys, give me a follow. I'll follow back. I see I got some new followers also. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Everything that the recommendations and just like the communication and reaching out to me is just greatly appreciated. I'm always trying to learn new stuff, and you know, it's not no right or wrong answer. At least on my show, it's not. Unless you lying, then I gotta call you out on it. Such as some Congress people who serve in government right now. I mean, it's a bunch of lies and stuff that's that's taking place. But fortunately, we have more people who are concerned about the truth than they are the lies. So we're going to try to keep it going on this show. So yeah, guys, that wraps it up for today's show, The Progressive Vibe. Peace, love, and blessings. Nothing but love. I'm going to be back here next Sunday, Lord say so. And until then, guys, you, your family, your loved ones, stay safe out there. Continue to wear your mask. Stay positive. Stay progressive. And we'll catch you in the next one.